So I saw this. A couple days ago, a story came out. And I actually got texts from two people in sports that said, Peyton's going to the Jets. He really wants it. And I said, no. This is it's not a good fit. And I think Peyton's too smart to take over this situation. So Reggie Wayne, former teammate of Peyton Manning, was on the NFL Network yesterday. And he agrees with me. First of all, most people look at the general manager job and they see 150 people below him. Peyton Manning sees that Jets job, and you know what he sees? The two people above him. They can fire him. Peyton Manning has crafted his life to have control and the final say. And for the record, when he has it, it almost always works. Okay, that is what he knows. Work hard, gain power and control, and I win more. John Elway gave a lot of it to him in Denver. Tony Dungy basically gave the offense to him in Indianapolis. His business dealings, he's got power and control. Most people get a GM job and see the people below him. He just sees the one or two above him. He's not letting people fire him. Another thing, this move would help the Jets way more than Peyton Manning, because the Jets right now are stumbling. This would clean up and button up and cinch up a lot of the question marks. It would help the Jets. I mean, Peyton Manning takes it over tomorrow. You get literally a 2-year honeymoon period. Well, Darnold, Gase, Peyton is great. What's it do for Peyton? Creates an opportunity for him to get fired. And he's built an entire legacy on, I'm really good when you give me control. Here's a couple other things to think about. So let's think about Peyton Manning and the three owners he's closest to. So what's his history with owners? Jim Irsay, impulsive. Jimmy Haslam, Cleveland, also Tennessee Volunteers, top booster. Could I say a little chaotic? And then Pat Bowlen in Denver, solid, understated. That was a good experience. Although it should be noted, Bowlen and Elway asked Peyton to take a pay cut. He didn't like that at all. So what it shows is, in all three, there's either been a moment where he didn't get what he wanted, the owner's a little impulsive, hasn't always Jimmy Haslam been as stable as you'd prefer. His relationships with owners, they may be friends, but he's seen the truth of it. And let me ask you this. Who's running the Jets? It was Woody Johnson, and then he was made ambassador of the UK, so now it's his brother Chris Johnson. But would Woody come back? He would, right? Because Woody's not that old. And then Chris Johnson would be 2, and people say Chris Johnson's kind of meddling. I don't get this. You got to remember, this is Peyton Manning. He has a standing offer from virtually every network to come and be, a big broadcaster. He gets business offerings probably weekly. The Jets? I mean, I will say this. Here's the part where I do think it's a good move. Now, I don't think this persuades him into taking it, but here's where I think it's a good move. Sam Darnold. If you have a quarterback and he's young and athletic and can make throws and is coachable and is really a grown-up, I can see Peyton saying, okay, I don't have to worry about that. I got the quarterback. And I do think Peyton believes Adam Gase is a really smart guy because Gase was in Denver and worked with him. And then the other thing I like about this move for Peyton is the entry point's good. It's a circus. So it's not like you're replacing, Howard Stern on radio, Bill Belichick in New England, Pete Carroll in Seattle. Those are tough entry points. You could succeed and people say, well, you're not as good as the last guy. So the entry point is, that last guy, I didn't know what he was doing, nothing but up. And the truth is, with the Jets next 10 years, they're probably going to win more games in the next 10 years than the previous 5. So the entry point's not terrible. And Darnold, this is the best time to own the Browns. I'll say that. With Baker, this is the best time to be a Browns fan compared to the last 20 years. But in the end, Reggie Wayne's right. I just don't think there's no way. I don't think I'm looking at Peyton Manning allowing himself to be fired. I just don't see it. We've never had more great quarterbacks in this league, and that's why it's kind of pointless. You know, I'm not going to give you a top 10 list. The talent at quarterback in the NFL right now, and this is why the ratings are good. I mean, right now the NBA is having a rough year during ratings because they don't have enough stars. LeBron's not in the playoffs. Kevin Durant's out. Stars drive ratings. The NFL is in such good shape. We got legalized gambling now in most of the country. And the other thing is the quarterback play in the NFL now is absurd. I've been watching this league since the 70s. It's absurd how many good quarterbacks there are. So Kurt Warner comes out and he lists his top 5 quarterbacks. Kind of funny he's got Aaron Rodgers 4. But that's not a knock on Aaron. That's how much talent there is. And I was thinking about this morning. I think we'd all agree on this. And Joey, push back if I'm wrong. I think there are 7 guys in the league that we feel that are first ballot Hall of Famers and are generally, over the course of a season, capable of throwing for 5,000 yards. And those 7 guys would be Brady, Luck, Mahomes, Breeze, Russell, Aaron, Ben. These are first ballot Hall of Fame talents. These are really different level guys that can carry bad teams.
Fair.
And so you can put them in any order. I'm not going to. Those are the dudes. I mean, Russell Wilson led the NFL in touchdown passes 2 years ago with the worst line in the league. And that's the guy a lot of people don't include in it. You're out of your gourd. I mean, you're out of your gourd. No running back, bad O-line. Russell Wilson's absurd. A lot of you don't like Andrew Luck, right? You're always banging on Andrew Luck. Oh, that's right. He was healthy again last year, and they made the playoffs again last year with a bunch of kids. So the quality of quarterback play. So that's just the 7 first ballot Hall of Fame. I'm not even going to put them in order. Then I think there's 7 guys after that on any given Sunday can be the best quarterback of the week. They are dynamic. They're exceptional. Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers, Deshaun Watson, Jared Goff. Derek Carr's had a lot of those Sundays in Cam Newton. Cam can be inconsistent, but you can't deny he'll have 2 or 3 weeks next year where he just lights up the room. So these guys aren't first ballot Hall of Famers, but they can absolutely on any given Sunday be the best quarterback in the league. Then there are 3 guys this year that I think pop for different reasons. Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Darnold. Baker's got too many good weapons, and he's too accurate. He's going to pop. He's going to throw for 5,000 yards. Garoppolo finally has an offensive line. They've added weapons and running backs, and Darnold's finally got an offensive coach, Le'Veon Bell. Baker, Jimmy, and Sam, you're going to say at some point this year, all right, we're looking at guys that they're going to get Pro Bowl votes for a lot of years. Okay, I'm 17 quarterbacks in, and I haven't mentioned the second highest paid quarterback in the league, Kirk Cousins, and Dak Prescott, who has won 2 of his last 3 divisions. The quality of quarterback play in this league is ridiculous. There has never been a time when I can go 17 quarterbacks in and not mention a guy that's won the NFC East 2 of the last 3 years. So this is why the NBA has always been fairly beholden to a couple of stars. We got 17 star quarterbacks. And I'm not counting the Cowboys guy. I'm not counting the Vikings guy. And for the record, it's very possible that Kyler Murray will walk into this league and you will not be able to keep your eyes off him. And I didn't count Trubisky, who I don't really buy into, or Lamar, who I think is more athlete than quarterback, or Josh Allen, who had a couple of Sundays that he looked like Big Ben when he was 22 years old. This league is really healthy, really stacked, and now you can bet on it, which will extend ratings because you'll watch games, even blowouts, longer. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.